Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Thanks for joining me for my Happy Friday series. Today we're going to be making two cards using supplies and items that are in our stash. I'm making a thank you card and a celebrate card, and these are one-dimensional cards and they turned out so pretty. We're going to go ahead and get started, but first I want to apologize for my hands. I have stained hands from frosting ink. So sorry about the ugly hands, but we're going to jump in and get started. First we're going to be using some masking paper from Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo. Just like saying that, so cute, Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo. But anyway, we're going to be doing some masking. So I'm grabbing one of my stitch dies. These are my rectangle stitch dies. And slightly smaller than a standard A2 size card. And I'm going to run that through the die cut machine and cut that out. I'll link everything below that I can find for the products that I use today, but since it is for my stash, some of my items that I have are really old, and so if I can't find them I won't list them, but everything else I'll list. I'm grabbing one of my heart dies and we're going to place that directly in the center of our masking paper here, and we want to make sure we get that centered because the heart is kind of going to be our centerpiece of our card, so you want that positioned kind of perfectly in the center. So we're just going to peel that off, put that back, and then I'll use that later on. So now we're going to grab some cardstock, and using the same rectangle die we're going to cut out two panels, and then we're going to peel off the back and adhere our masking paper to the panel. Now we're going to use this masking paper twice. One for the celebrate card and then one for the thank you card. And I'm just kind of lining up perfectly and kind of pressing it down there. And then we're going to be doing some stamping. I'm going to grab a stamp set from my stash, and it's from Hero Arts. It's a stamp and cut set. And this one is the Thank Stamp and Cut. It has a lot of cute little add-on sentiments. You add them onto your larger sentiment, and I really like that this is versatile because you can use sentiments for a thank you card or a birthday card. So I'm grabbing the sentiment that says you are amazing and you are awesome, and I'm putting those on my acrylic block, which is way too small, so I need a bigger one. And we're going to line those up on there. We want to make sure that they're lined up pretty straight for this card. And so I'm using the grid lines on the block. And when you place both sentiments on the block, you want to make sure that there's a little bit of a gap between them because we're going to be stamping something in between it. So there's like a 1/4 inch space between both sentiments. Love that. And now I'm using some rich cocoa ink from Memento. It's my favorite brown ink. Just love this. And I need something underneath because we're probably going to overlap. So we're going to ink it up really good, and we'll do our first stamp in the center, and then using that space between the sentiments kind of as a guide, you want to kind of shift your stamping left to right so that that gap is kind of all over the place on the heart, not just stationary in one spot. So now that I have that done, I'm going to work on my second panel, and I use the sentiments that say for your kindness and for everything, and I use that for the thank you card, and I had already did that here using the same masking, and I just love the way that looks. And you can see that the spaces between are kind of sporadically placed on our card front here. Next, the stamp set has a little star, and so using a different color ink, I'm using a Watermelon Wonder ink cube from Stampin' Up. It's kind of like a melon / reddish color, really pretty color ink. And so I'm going to stamp the star right in between our sentiments, right in the spaces. We're going to fill in all those spaces. And I just love the way this turned out. I think it turned out so neat. I'll be doing this again. I think it was fantastic outcome. Love that. It looks so pretty. And then For the thank you card, I grabbed some itty bitty hearts from my stash. And I know everybody has all these itty bitty hearts from stamp sets. I'm using the Island Indigo Blue. It's from Stampin' Up. It's the same little ink cube. But I'm doing the exact same thing. Just filling in those spaces with our colored ink. And I just think that turned out so pretty. Love that. Very simple card and very clean looking, and I really liked it. And it's almost one-dimensional, so if you plan on mailing it, I don't think the postage will be affected. Okay, now that we have that done, we're going to work on the main part of our sentiment. And I'm using some fun foam, and this is adhesive backed fun foam. I'm grabbing my sentiment dies here. I'm going to grab the Celebrate and the Thanks, and these dies are from the Greeting Farm. And again, I'll attach add all the links below to the products that I can find, but like I said, some of the stuff in my stash are probably 15-20 years old, so I don't know if I can find it, but I'll try. So I just ran those larger sentiment pieces with the fun foam through my die machine, and I'm punching out all the little areas that we don't need there, and I love that. And if you don't have fun foam, you can use black cardstock, would work just as well. I'm going to peel off the back. Left a little places in there. We're just getting rid of all that excess, and then we're going to place our little sentiment right in the center of our heart. I just love the way that looks. I just think it turned out so pretty. I did that to both of the cards. But now that those are done, I need to add some shimmer and shine. So I have these little itty bitty star sequins, and they're gold and silver, and I'm just going to use the silver ones. And using my glossy accents, just because it was on my desk, I want to add here a couple to the top, and then I'm going to add here one on the bottom. I think stars and birthdays just go good together. And then I'm taking that little red, or actually the little itty bitty star, and the red ink, and this is the Watermelon Wonder, but I'm adding some color to the edges of the card and stamping, two on the bottom and then one on the top. Lovely. And then for finishing touches, I'm adding glossy accents to each of those little stars. Lovely. And I should have waited to do this because I was going to pop it up with some foam tape, but I didn't. I grabbed my Wink of Stella pen, my shimmer pen, and I'm going over the fun foam with the Wink of Stella, and just to add a little bit of shine to our birthday card. And then we're going to adhere that to our card base. I'm grabbing some foam tape, sticking it down and removing the backing. And then we're going to pop our panel right on top, if we can pop it the right way. And I think it just looks so clean and so pretty. I just love the outcome of this card. And then we're going to do something a little bit different to the thank you card. I have some Ranger liquid pearls, and first we're going to learn our lesson and pop this up first. Put that on our card base. And with these Ranger liquid pearls, these are Sea Scope color. Oops, which I just dropped. But I went over all the itty bitty hearts that we stamped, and then I need some shimmer on there, so I'm grabbing some clear sequins. These are sequins from Pretty Pink Posture, the 3mm, I believe, sequins, and they're just my favorite. I've been using these a lot lately, but I really like them. I'm just adhering those to the card with my glossy accents. If I can get it to stick down there. There we go. Yep. And then I was going to use the little itty bitty heart that we used in between the sentiments there, but I think I needed something else. I wanted something a little bit bigger. So I went back to my little itty bitty heart stamps, and I grabbed a little slightly bigger sized heart. And then again, using my little ink cube, this is the Island Indigo again, and I'm gonna just stamp the bigger hearts. One on top, and then I'm gonna put 2 on the bottom, just for a little pop of color. And I just love the way this turns out. And so I'm taking my liquid pearls and I'm going over those too. And the liquid pearls kind of soften the color a little bit, which I really liked. Lovely. And then I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella again, do the same exact thing. I'm going to go over the sentiment on top, add a little shimmer to it. And that's it, guys. 2 fast, easy cards, but they turned out so pretty. I really encourage you to try doing this with the supplies you have in your stash. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. If you like this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Have a wonderful day. Well, actually, have a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.